Things were going really, really well with our Reading side in Season 3. However, the last couple of matches, we've actually been pretty bad. We did play the invincible Everton side that really are far too good for this league. And then we've just lost as well against, I think, 20th place West Brom. It was not a good performance. Defensively, we were absolutely shocking. Going forward as well, we were shocking. We did, in between episodes, where did we play? We played Sheffield United, I think was the last one. So we've actually done alright, technically. We've won 3 matches. We've drawn a couple as well, but we have just lost Everton and West Brom. It means that we are currently 8th place in the table, but it is still very, very close in the middle there. You can tell how good Everton are when their top goal scorer has 12 and is Thomas Souček. Second place is Datro Fofana on 10. The highest average rating is just populated with Everton players. Most assists is populated with Everton players. The most man of the matches is Everton players. Jordan Pickford has 9 clean sheets in 15 games, which is just madness. And then, yeah, they're not picking up any yellow cards apparently either. So Everton have won the league at this point. I put money on that. I put my house that Everton have won the league on this. The starting lineup then for match number 1 of the episode, up against Cardiff, who are down, I think, in 22nd place in the table, so we should be good enough to win this one. Cavallini in goal, Ferguson, Mepham, House, and Guinness Walker. Central midfield is a little bit different to normal. It's going to be Savage and Kozlovs, who has just turned 17 and signed a professional contract. We'll come back to him in just a moment. Banks, Nonyedinma, Kelvin, and Edwards leading the lines. Ballard needs a bit of a break, so we're not going to play him for this one. Well, we'll probably bring him on in the second half. Kozlovs is 17 years old and a centre-back. However, he has 16 technique and 15 passing and only 12 tackling. So, we're pushing him up to be a deep-lying playmaker on support, which, if you look, he's kind of got most of the numbers. Mentally, I think, is what's lacking, but he's only 17. So we're going to give him a chance. He's played a few times already before his 17th birthday. This is his first game as an official professional footballer, and we're going to see how he gets on. We've also got a bit of an injury crisis and suspension crisis. Alenye, Offerborough, Harrison and Listowski all missing out through injuries or suspensions, which is not ideal. It's why we've got Kozlovs and Savage in midfield. Mika Hamilton as well, not fully match fit. Just before this match as well, I did have the Arsenal manager, who I'm going to assume is Arsene Wenger, speak to me about Edwards and said, "You're playing him in the wrong position. We've been playing him on the right-hand side of our front two as the pressing forward. He wants me to play him as an attacking or advanced forward. So that's what we're going to do. I've been playing Ballard as the advanced forward because he's very good in that role. But apparently, Arsene Wenger in the future needs him to be playing there. So that's what we're going to do because we don't want him to get recalled because he's very good for us. Banks has the ball after 15 seconds. This is a proper highlight against Cardiff. Savage to Kelvin, facing away from goal. Needs to get the ball forward, really. That's the opposite of forward. It's all the way back to Cavallina. Courtney House. I think there's a goal coming from this. You don't often get highlights in the first minute of a match where nothing happens. Nonyedinma on the left plays it back to Kozlovs, the youngster, number 36, to Guinness Walker, Courtney House in the middle. We've got no players, outfield players in our half, which if they nick the ball is a concern. It's fallen for Scott Banks, turns, shoots just wide, should be 1-0. Looking at the match stats for the first 10 minutes, it is looking very promising going Reading's way. 5 shots so far, 62% possession. We dominate possession with a gegenpress formation, which doesn't make much sense to me, but there we are. Banks with a free kick after 27 minutes is towards Johansson in goal. Fair enough. I thought maybe Mepham might have just leapt up and nicked that before the goalkeeper got it, but apparently not. Johansson then, with the ball in his hands, the Cardiff goalkeeper rolls it out to McGuinness. Right-hand side is Perryung. Where are you going to go? Back to McGuinness, back to the goalkeeper. We need to put the pressure on here, and we are trying to do so. Robinson goes for a little wander forward, though, as he has a little bit of space. Collins, back to the keeper again. Someone's going to make a mistake, and I'm hoping it's Cardiff. Robinson, on the ground, plays it forward. Finds Costa now, back to Collins. We need to steal this away. We really need to steal this away. I'm concerned that this is just going to eventually pass its way through. That will do lovely. Courtney House collects it. Where are you going to go? Ball forward to Nonyedinma. Takes a touch. Goes for a long-range effort. And Johansson almost saves that one. Does he save that one? I don't think he needed to save it. I think it was just wide. You can tell I don't pick the matches I'm going to play on camera because I've played them before. I'm pretty sure we played Cardiff in the last season as well on camera. So apologies. If you want to see lots of different teams, you're not going to get it. Ferguson has the ball for us. It is Mepham to Kozlovs. I love the fact that we've got a 17-year-old Latvian in midfield. It pleases me, and I don't know why. Nonyedinma back to Guinness Walker. Down the line towards Nonyedinma once again. Cuts inside goes down onto the left. He's got 3 in the box, crosses in. Kelvin's one of them. Kelvin is there, rises the highest, gets his second of the season. We take the lead just before half-time, and that is exactly what we needed. And it stays at 1-0 at half-time. To be fair, Cardiff haven't really done too much at all, so we are just going to go straight into the second half. Kozlov's is on a 6.8. I'm happy with that. He's doing well. I'm wondering if this is going to be similar to the Bolton match from the last episode, where we did all of our good work in the first half, and then we just don't bother doing anything at all in the second. And so far, that's what it looks like. Just before 70 minutes, we're going to do a change. Ballard is coming on for Edwards. We've not seen a goal from Edwards, which is kind of disappointing. Abrefa is going to come on. We're going to do that, I think. Abrefa can come on as a right back. Ferguson can move over to be the left back. Any more changes? Onyedinma's playing well. Banks not so much. So Ashton Muir is going to come on for Banks. I'm not going to bring on Hamilton. I've decided I'm not going to bring on Hamilton because I don't think we need to play him. Give me like 10 minutes and then maybe we might bring Hamilton on, because if it starts getting a little bit nervy and Cardiff might score, maybe we will bring him on. Into the final few minutes, I'm going to force my own hand here and I'm going to use all of my subs and make sure that we don't bring on Hamilton. So Pepra's going to get a chance today as well. Aziz doesn't fit the positions anymore, does he? Because we've already done that. We're going to do... Who's playing badly? No one else is really playing badly. I mean, Kozlov's is on 6-5, isn't he? We'll play Lascelles. We can't do any more subs. Oh, that's fine then. Apparently I can't count. We've got a late chance. Charlie Savage is the man over the free kick. 89 minutes, so 1 minute of normal time plus any injury time. If we can get a second, it's game over. It's towards the back post. It's fallen for Kwame Pepra, and Pepra gets his first of the season. He's not going to get a lot of chances this season, if I'm perfectly honest, because there are 3 lone players who are ahead of him in the pecking order, and Kelvin. But Pepra's there, bagging another goal, securing 3 points against Cardiff. Looking at those match stats as well, we looked pretty good, didn't we? XG of 2.6, although admittedly, the Pepra chance was like an XG of a 0.9, so it was very difficult for him to not score, but 3 very good points. Not quite good enough to move us into the playoff spots just yet, but we still have 2 more games to play in this episode. Next up, we're going to go forward. We're going to play Middlesbrough, and I've just seen Everton have dropped more points. A 2-2 draw against bottom of the table Plymouth. What happened there? Fair play to Plymouth. Match number 2 then, it is Middlesbrough at home. It's been a while since we played the last game because there was a small international break. We're going to be playing Boyce Clark in goal because Cavallina did pick up an injury. He's almost back from it, but not quite. And I thought, you know what, Boyce Clark is good at football. Let's give him a chance in goal. Ferguson, Mepham House and Guinness Walker in defence. That is our back 4. I think if anyone breaks into that back 4, it is because of injuries and injuries alone. Savage and Hamilton in midfield. Offenborough still is out suspended. Banks, Nonyedinma, Ballard and Edwards leading the line. That should be our front 2 for the season. But I really want to play them that way round. But I need to for the Arsenal manager. I want to find out who is the Arsenal manager. It's still Mikel Arteta. Okay. So I'm not quite sure where Middlesbrough are in the table. I think they're like a mid-table side. Maybe sort of like 12, 13, something like that. Literally bang smack in the middle of the table. And we are obviously pushing for that playoff spot. Can we just... No, we can't change that at the moment. Fair enough. It is Courtney House with the ball though for us. 7 minutes. Hamilton to Savage. Plays it back to Mepham. We're going to go for a lump upfield or maybe not. Takes a little wander across to Courtney House. House and Mepham as our 2 centre-backs. I absolutely love that partnership. Hamilton finds Onyedinma. 3 in the box. His touch is awful and it's cleared. Scott Banks is going to keep it alive though. Banks goes off to the left-hand side. Finds Hamilton. Dinks it over to Ferguson for some reason. Not sure why that was the pass to go for. And now McGree can go for a run for Middlesbrough. In the middle, it's somehow managed to go literally through Mika Hamilton. Boyce Clark makes the save. Middlesbrough somehow get a corner out of that. And I don't know how they managed to do it. And we are going to see the corner as well. Cozier Dewberry is the man to take the corner towards the back post. Mepham clears it. Ferguson can get it clear further. And it's going to go off for a throw. If everything stays this way, which I'm kind of hoping it doesn't, I'm hoping we win, but we will move up into 6th place into the playoffs. But a win here should put us somewhat more comfortably in the playoffs. Courtney House collects it, left-hand side, finds Onyedinma. My favourite player in a Reading shirt this season so far, Charlie Savage in the middle. Getting some rare appearances due to injuries and fitness and suspensions. Onyedinma cuts inside, plays it behind Savage, which isn't ideal, and he's gone the wrong way. Finds Ferguson eventually. Banks is there. Does use Banks. His first touch isn't the best. His second is pretty good though. Tucks the ball away. His 3rd of the season. 12.5 minutes played. We take the lead. Goal kick for Middlesbrough after, 16 and a bit minutes. I'm not sure why all of our players left and then ran back into their half. But there we go. We've nicked the ball through Charlie Savage. Is he going to go for goal? He does go for goal. Not the best effort. But the fact that we've just managed to get a chance out of literally nothing's pretty good there. Free kick for Middlesbrough outside of our penalty area. Good position. Follow Rushno. Follow Runshow. That could be his name. Decent effort over the bar though. Ferguson with a throw for us. I'm a bit concerned he's picked up a yellow card, but I'm hoping it's not going to make too much of a problem for us. Banks to Edwards. Somehow Edwards doesn't score, and he's actually kicked out for a throw. He got it more off target. Dieng with a goal kick that we're going to see for Middlesbrough. Hernandez collects on that left-hand side. Ball forward, finds McGree. Banks intercepts. We're just very good, aren't we? We're a very good side at the moment. Ballard can't quite get there. McGree to Hackney. He's going to go for a run. 4, maybe 5 Reading shirts put him some pressure on him. Kozia Dubry collects it on the right for Middlesbrough. Does some wonderful dribbling to find some space. And Emmanuel Latte-Lath makes it 1-1. Goal kind of out of nothing. I say out of nothing. Against the run of play, they definitely did something to earn that goal. But the fact that they've done nothing else throughout the match kind of makes me feel a bit annoyed. Not quite at half-time. We've got 2 minutes and 45 seconds. Hernandez collects to McGree. Hamilton can't quite get there. Latte-Lath can't control it either. So it's back with Boyce Clark. Finds Courtney House. Goes off to the left, please. There we go. So what I wanted you to do, I didn't want you to just wander off and just leave your central defender position kind of empty. Courtney House gets the ball back. Down the line to Guinness Walker. Anya Dinman needs to make a run. Instead, it's found Edwards. Edwards goes off towards that left-hand side. I'm not sure why it's K Edwards. I think we've got another Edwards, like in our under-18s. Hamilton to Anya Dinma, and Anya Dinma tucks that ball away into the bottom corner. His 4th of the season, a goal from either flank now. As we go into half-time with a 2-1 lead, we arguably should be 2-0. But I will take 2-1. 2-1's not bad. We obviously have the lead. I'm going to just click that and go straight into the second half. This is probably, minus Savage, if you replace Savage for Offerborough, this is our strongest 11, actually, and Boyce Clark. It's not our strongest 11, it's our strongest 9, plus 2 other players. Ferguson heads clear for us. Not far enough, though. 3 minutes into the second half, Kozia Dubry's effort is straight into the hands of Boyce Clark, though. I've just seen Everton are losing against Bristol Rovers, and they've been losing since the 6th minute. I hope Bristol Rovers have taken the lead and gone 9 defenders, 1 striker and a goalkeeper. That's all we're going to do. Chambers the ball forward, intercepted by Courtney House. Ball on the ground to Don Ballard, somehow gets some space. It's off the bar, Banks' volley. What is Senny Dieng doing? Fair play to make that a second save, but that's madness. Hamilton to Savage. I feel like the highlight's gone at this point. But how has Senny Dieng saved that? Right, it's time to think about doing subs. We're doing alright fitness-wise. I'm maybe thinking Ballard's coming off, maybe Guinness Walker as well, purely because he's not playing very well. So we're going to do a couple of changes. Guinness Walker for Alenyi, which he's not a left-back, is he? He's definitely not a left-back. We're going to do Pepper as well. Why do we play you as a left-back? We can put Courtney House there. I think we're going to do that. So Courtney House can move over. Alenyi is going to go into central defence. I think that's all we're going to do for the moment. House has actually played quite well, I think, hasn't he? He's on a 7.0. We haven't got the subs on just yet. This is probably not a highlight, but we're going to keep with it anyway. Courtney House clears. Chambers to McNair on the ground to Hackney. He's hit the underside of the bar. It definitely was a highlight. Kona Boyce Clark can hold on to that one, and it is going to stay 2-1 for the moment. I'm keeping an eye on that Everton result as well. Not that it's going to make any difference to us, but the fact that Everton might lose a game this season is good. I like the fact that they're not going to be invincible in the Championship. With the team they've got, they should be. Final few minutes, an injury to Anya Dinma is kind of frustrating. A lower leg injury, so he's going to come off. Kiddo Taylor Hart is going to come on. What else do we want to do? We've still got 3 changes to make. We'll do Banks for Muir, because we always do that one, and a Breffer for Ferguson. There we go. A Breffer, by the way, has started to play a fair amount of football for us. It's normally off the bench when Ferguson gets a bit tired, but he's actually turning into a decent right back. Not quite at full time. There is 10 seconds of injury time to play. Taylor Hart to Pepra. He's just stepped over the ball somehow. Taylor Hart finds Edwards, spins, and almost finds the back of the net. I think Dieng made a decent save. The 2 former Arsenal men, Taylor Hart and Edwards, combining. We're not going to see anything. We're not going to see the call on the full-time whistle goes. A 2-1 win against Middlesbrough. Pretty happy with that as well. And good news, Anya Dinma's injury is only 1 to 2 days. Perfect. That's what we like to see. Reading move into promotion contention. Are we close? I feel like Leeds and Everton are running away with it. And arguably Sheffield United are still kind of running away with it. There's still an opportunity. We've beaten Sheffield United. They've lost to us before. So there's still an opportunity. The fact that we've lost 5 games in 17 is kind of a worry. And one of them was bottom of the table Plymouth. Oh, and I've just seen as well, Everton drew. Everton drew. So they still are an invincible side at the moment. Leeds must feel so hard done by. 17 matches played, 41 points on the board, and they're not top of the table. We're going to go forward to play the QPR game, I think. We're not going to do Millwall on camera. We're going to go to Loftus Road, play QPR, see how we get on there. We're back for the QPR game. We have just played Millwall and beat them 3-2. We almost made it 3-3. And by we, they almost made it 3-3. But luckily, we survived to pick up 3 further points. And I think we're now up to 4th place in the table, which is very good. For the QPR game then, we are full strength. Apart from, no, we do have Onyedinma. We're going to play Onyedinma, so that is full strength. This is the squad that I want to play week in, week out. Cavallina, Ferguson, Mepham, House, Guinness, Walker, Offerborough and Hamilton, Banks and Onyedinma, Edwards and Ballard. You might have spotted we're playing 2 advanced forwards. And this is because Russell Martin had a conversation with me and said Don Ballard should be playing as an advanced forward, much like Mikel Arteta had a conversation with me and said we should be playing Edwards as an advanced forward. So we're playing them both as advanced forwards. We did this against Millwall. They both scored a goal. It might not be a problem. It might be a bad idea though. I really cannot risk losing Edwards or Ballard. I could arguably risk losing one, but I don't want to lose Ballard for kind of sentimental reasons. He's been here since the first season and been very, very good. Edwards is a better footballer on paper, so I don't want to lose him either. Banks has a corner for us. We're in the purple today towards House at the back, and Courtney House gets his first goal of the season. That might be his first Reading goal as well, you know. It is his first Reading goal, and we take the lead against QPR thanks to the corner, Scotty Banks and House combining. We are definitely in contention for automatic promotion, assuming Leeds and Everton start dropping points. If they don't drop points, we kind of got no hope, have we? We've got absolutely no hope. Fisher clears it to Banks for us, crosses it in, hits the first man. Can we get another chance? Offerborough back to Banks, crosses in now, finds Edwards, heads well over the bar, still 1-0. Right now, we are 11 points behind Leeds, who are second, which is mad. It is absolutely mad that we are so far behind. We've also just hit the bar, and arguably should have scored the rebound, but nobody decided to kick it. Just to add insult to injury as well, Leeds are 3-0 up against Charlton, Everton are 2-1 up against Sheffield United. So, Sheffield United are losing points, which is good in a way. Problem is, the teams above them are gaining points. No changes for us at half-time. It looks like, I think QPR have done a forced change, so Bernard has come on. Or maybe Bernard, not quite sure, could be either. We've got a free kick, Scott Banks is the man to take it. 10 minutes into the second half, number 28 is loitering offside, which I think is Edwards. Banks then steps up. Is he going to go for goal? It's a long way out. Plays it to Edwards on the ground. Finds Ferguson. Can he cross the ball? He does. He's found Hamilton. And Mika Hamilton gets his 3rd goal of the season. 2-0 now against QPR. And it's starting to look like this is another very good 3 points. We've got Mepham on the ball after 56 minutes. Are we going to get ourselves a 3rd? House with the opening goal of the game. Ball forward to Onyedinma. Back to Hamilton. Back to Courtney House. I keep saying this, but I think we've got a very good squad now for the Championship. If we get promoted, we're not good enough for the Premier League, but for a Championship side, we've got some very good players. Some players who are good enough maybe to do a job in the Premier League as well. Edwards being one of them, we make it 3-0 after 57 minutes. Although Edwards isn't our player, is he? I know it's obviously too soon to really talk about this or even consider this, but if we do go up, do we spend £10 million on Don Ballard? That's a big question that I need to try and find an answer to. And I don't know whether we're even going to have £10 million to spend. Chris Willock puts the ball into the bottom corner. It's 3-1. And right now, the performance Ballard's putting in, I'm not convinced. He's on a 6.7. Onyedinma's struggling as well. We've done no subs after 73 minutes, so we are going to do Ballard off. My assistant manager recommends putting Kozlov's on. No. No assistant manager. That's not happening. I think we'll go with Kelvin, and then we'll drop you back to a pressing forward on support. I think that's what we're going to go for. And then what else do we want to do? Onyedinma off for Muir. I would do Kiddo Taylor Hart, but he's not on the bench. Hamilton as well is going to come off for Kozlovs. I knew Kozlovs was going to get a game at some point on camera this episode, but I wasn't expecting it to come off against QPR, but there we are. He's now going to get a few minutes in the second half. Final 5 minutes of the match then. It's looking like it's another 3 points, or maybe there's another couple of chances. Prados could be his name. Bernard, ball forward to Pal. Loads of space for Powell to run into. Elias Chair just loses out and we get the ball back to Cavallina. Guinness Walker's clearance upfield. Kelvin can't be bothered to go for it. Elias Chair again on the ground to Cannon, and Cannon misses an absolute sitter who was offside anyway. Still 3-1, and it's looking like this is going to be 3 points. Chair with a free kick. We've got 6 minutes of injury time to play. Cavallina has it in his hands. I don't think that was a highlight, so something else is going to be going on in this little highlight then. Cavallina, what are you going to do, mate? You're taking your time. You eventually decide to throw it out to Guinness Walker. Down the left-hand side, finds Ashton Muir, playing on the opposite flank to what we normally play him on. Cuts inside. Muir keeps going, loses out. He's managed to somehow still cross the ball in. Not quite sure how he did that. Archer holds the ball. Still no highlight. Still nothing's happened. So something else is going to take place. Archer with the kick over the halfway line. Get the head down. Ferguson's ball upfield is just cleared straight away. Intercept it. Kelvin has intercepted it. He's kind of one-on-one with the keeper. He's hit the inside of the post and he's not awake enough, not alert enough to get the rebound. And that is probably the last highlight of the game. We're on 98 minutes played. The full-time whistle goes. 3 more points. And I think that is 3 wins out of 3 in this episode. A win good enough to move us up into 4th place. Just 2 points behind Sheffield United. Looking at it, Leeds, they won 4-1. Everton won 2-1. So they're so far ahead of us. They are so far ahead of us. It's ridiculous. I have just seen, though, Hull haven't played their game for this week. And they're playing Ipswich on Tuesday, which we're not going to stick around for. Yes, we are. We're going to stick around. We're going to find out what happens there. And after 19 games, see where we are. So are we going to finish this episode sat in 4th? Or are we going to drop down to 5th place? We are staying in 4th, thanks to Ipswich drawing 2-2 with Hull. So we're 4th place after 19 games. Obviously, we're almost at the halfway point. That'll be 23 games. Everton have now just played their 20th game. They are so far ahead. They are so far ahead. That's ridiculous. We're not even at the halfway point. Like, that's mad. 54 points. They've avoided relegation before December. That's ridiculous. Anyway, that's going to do it for this episode. Obviously, we've played 3 matches on camera, and we have won all 3. In fact, we won 4 matches, if you include the Millwall game. Next episode, we are going to be doing a January transfer window, so we're going to be doing Sheffield Wednesday on camera just before. So on Boxing Day, we're going to do Everton, and then we're going to do Sunderland. I want to show you an Everton game, and I'm almost guaranteeing that we're going to get smashed completely, like we did earlier on, where we lost 5-2. But yeah, I want to show you an Everton game, just so you can see how good they are, really. Didn't help that Offenborough got sent off. But yeah, that's what we're going to do next episode. So January transfer window, where I'm not expecting a lot of business to take place. Mainly players leaving, unless the board give us some money. Because we're overspending on our wage budget by a lot. And that's not my fault. Anya Dimmer's new contract, which I didn't do, that's what's pushed that up really high. That's going to do it for this one. I'll see you next time.